Hi everyone, welcome. This is Peter's English podcast, and this is my Peter Sunday Ramble episode. As you can see, this is not my peep picture in picture mode episode. No. Today, no. This is my traditional Peter Sunday Ramble episode. I want to speak with. I want to speak with you. I want to ramble for 1 hour without any kind of preparation. I want to survive, and I want to just talk for 1 hour. And because the main goal of this kind of Peter English podcast episode, these ramble episodes, is surviving for 1 hour without any kind of preparation, and we can start. Hi everyone, I'm Peter from Peter's English Podcast, and this is my Peter Sunday Ramble episode. Let's start with the slogan. Here is, wait a minute. Here is, learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors. Create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. Yay! Yes, of course, it's true. And I want to give my slogan here. And I want to just move my mic. I want to move my mic to my mouth, and yes, I had this perfect radio sounded voice, and it's simply perfect. It's total different because the last because the whole history of Peter's English podcast is was about using my condenser mic, Logitech Blue Yeti mic, and it's funny. Yes, Peter, just try to speak about every kind of nonsense for 1 hour without without any kind of preparation, and you can survive. Yes, people. Hi everyone. I'm Peter again from Peter's English Podcast, and this is my Peter Sunday Ramble episode. As you can see, I want to stream and listen to what you can see in the distance. What you can see, you cannot see something in the distance, I hope. Yes, you can see the boxes. Yes, people. Yes, I just wanted to find the best place for my boxes that, but you cannot see properly that. But Peter, just calm down. No one cares about your boxes. No one cares about your podcast. Let's simply talk and don't stop talking, because this is your Peter Sunday Ramble episode, and you have to talk. And as you know, this kind of Peter Sunday Ramble episodes are about surviving for 1 hour without any kind of preparation, because thanks to this kind of episode, I can simply practice the real chat, because the real chat is not about prepared sentences. The real chat is about surviving. You have to talk without any kind of preparation. You cannot use prepared English sentences for the whole conversation. No, in English is about surviving. It's is about rambling. Is about because the conversation is not prepared. Yes, of course. If you think that you can learn some useful English phrases, and you can see, oh, now I speak English. No. Real English chat is not about only prepared English sentences. You have to survive in English. Yes, because this is surviving in English. And as you can see, thanks to my Peter Sunday Ramble episode, I can practice my rambling. I can not only my rambling, I can practice my speaking skills in English and talk. And and I have to tell you, people, that it's very funny, but if I start to think about the history of my Peter Sunday Ramble episode, I remember, thanks to my condenser mic, Logitech Blue Yeti, my Peter Sunday my Peter Sunday Ramble episode sounded like monk's speech during in church during Sunday, because I was emotional, and the condenser mic was was very useful in this. It was prepared for this monk speech in the church during Sunday, but thanks to my new dynamic mic, Shure MV6, with connected to my boom arm Rode PSA1, uh, I sound I sound like the radio presenter in the radio show, and it's great. And my voice is has calmed down, and I think better, and I can speak and speak and speak with you like the real radio presenter. And this is perfect. I feel perfect, and you can see this perfect boxes there. And but who cares? Who cares? I thought that you cannot see it, but okay, we can. No, no, no. The best idea is to keep this. Is to keep this, and Peter just continue. Don't care. You cannot see the anything. But who cares? It's a free ad for these companies. Yes, it's a free ad because it's the part of the of the fun. And how we can start? Yes, we can start with the last week of last week. Not Peter last week. You mean this week? Yes, yes. I mean this week because this week is week B, and this week I started with my yes. I mean the week B, and I streamed and recorded four episodes of picture in picture mode episodes in this podcast studio, because now it's my podcast studio with these boxes. These are boxes that are the part of my stand-up comedy routine, and I streamed and recorded my picture in picture episodes are called Learn English with Peter with and the second title is With the Help of Study and Learn Mode on Microsoft Copilot, because Microsoft Copilot is my favorite AI chatbot. You can use another chatbot. There are a lot of chatbots, but I use Microsoft Copilot because I like it. I like to use it. It's very funny. It's very useful, and I use it, and I use each study and learn mode. Thanks to this kind of study and learn mode, you can I can with you. I mean, yes, you on the other side of the webcam. I mean that you can learn English thanks to study and learn mode, and I not I'm but I think that not I think I'm sure that Copilot always generates 500 funny words, wild crazy story that has a lot of wild dialogues, funny dialogues in English, and this 500 word stories are inspired by my novel The Vampire Girl Diary, and I did 4 episodes in the studio because from the last Monday, I mean from 8th of the May 2026, I have my stable podcast episode. I have my stable podcast studio if I can have, but as you know, I don't live alone. But this my room is my stable podcast studio because I have here the direct LAN cable to my Zixel optic how is called in English, router. Yes, router, Peter, you know now, and we have learned the new word router. Yes, I had the direct LAN connection to my main router, to my optical internet via electric poles that we have that I use in my village, and it's great because thanks my optical internet I can do this podcast very easy, and I can upload everything, and I can do my live streams without any kind of problems. And I did my last 4 episodes in the studio, and this Friday I after watching my favorite animated series, now I watch Futurama, and I listen to all of my favorite English podcasts. I had my Peter's the publication day of Peter's English podcast. I published all 8 recordings of my on my live streams because I stream and record in the same time during OBS Studio, and I did it, and I uh, uploaded all 8 recordings as my official episode of my Petrus English podcast, and I did it. Then yesterday was the podcast day. Yes, I called it podcast day because Saturdays are about writing, streaming, and recording new chapters of my novel, The Vampire Diary. And yesterday, I wrote, streamed, and recorded chapter 10 of season 3 of my novel, The Vampire Diary. It was about the new life of Vera's family in the UK. Vera found for them the flat. No, Peter, what are you talking about? Not the flat, not the flat. She decided that her allies, Peter, don't destroy something because the last time you lost the sound of your Ramble episode. Be careful, don't touch something because it can explode here. It can explode. Okay, Peter, just continue. Yes, I remember that because I forgot, and I'm not shy. I forgot. I forgot my own story. Yes, people, it's funny, but let's continue. Because Vera managed their the how can I tell you? Vera decided that her family can live in the castle of her allies that is the most richest that is the Peter, just calm down, you can do this, try it again. Because Vera decided uh, that her family can live in the castle of her allies. That is the most richest UK vampire family because they live in the big castle. They are very rich, and of course, the richest family. They are called Blackthorn, I think. Yes, Blackthorn. They are decided that Vera is the best face of their vampire world because she's beautiful and attractive, and she's very good manager of the dark organization, and they decided that they want to be the philanthropist, and they invested into Vera's dark organization, and now the dark organization, I mean the dark organization of the all vampires and werewolves, where Vera is the main CEO. She is the goddess of the dark organization. She is the main team leader of this dark organization. This organization helped Vera's family, thanks to the most richest UK vampire family, and Vera's family lived in the castle with them, and Vera decided that her beautiful twin sister, she's called Lucia, she looks totally like Vera because they are twin sister. Vera's twin sister has long black hair. She's gothic vampire like Vera, and she is like Vera. Her personality is totally the same, and Vera decided that her beautiful vampire sister Lucia is the best wife material for the son of the most richest UK vampire family. They are called Blackthorn, and his name is Edmund because Edmund. I mean the vampire Edmund. Peter, calm down. Don't sweat. You can do this. Just continue. Yes, it's so hot now. Yes, it's so hot. Peter, just calm down. It's the central heating of your house. It's not you. Okay, simply continue. And what I wanted. Yes, and Vera decided that for Edmund, Blackthorn is Lucia, Vera's twin sister, the best wife material because he likes girls. He likes the both of girls, and Vera uh, gave her sister to Edmund, and Edmund was very happy. Lucia agreed with this marriage, and she decided that she can have two. That she can have the lover and her and a husband. Yes, yes, people. It's a satire, of course. My whole novel, Vera the Perkle Diary, is a strong satire parody of the real life. Yes, I like to make fun of everything, and my story, my content of my novel is too crazy for you maybe, but I don't care. I like to make fun of everything, and Lucia decided that she can have lover and her husband. Yes, of course. And Bob's your uncle, the most richest UK vampire family, was Vera's ally, and Vera's family started to work in the warehouse with in the food warehouse in the UK, and the most funny situation was when the female vampires were the main hit of the of their colleagues, of their new colleagues of this in this warehouse, because the male colleagues like them, and the female colleagues like their husbands. It's and I want to continue with this funny situation, with this flirting in of Vera's family in their work, because it's funny to do it. I like to make fun of it too. And what else? Yes, and in the end of this chapter 10, Lucia's boyfriend and Lucia's boyfriend, I mean her ex, he is called Pavel, and Pavel is Peter's brother. Yes, I created this character too because I decided to have to create more characters. Yes, it has to be big nonsense, as I know, but it's funny. For me, it's the funny nonsense. Yes, of course. And what else? Yes, and Pavel decided to came back because other rich vampire families are scared of Vera because she's too radical. Her thoughts are too radical, and they decided to destroy Vera's popularity, and they want to change Vera's public face into simply they want to create a monster from her in the eyes of the of her audience. Yes, because she has fans too, of course, and they paid 5,000 pounds to him, and they want to give him 1 million pounds if Pavel destroys Viera in the eyes of her fans, and they want to send Viera with her family away from the UK. Is the part of my content, and it's funny, and that's it. That was chapter 10 of my season 3 of my novel Viera the Perkle Diary. You can find it on my everywhere. You can find it on as the video live stream for now, because as you know, I usually what I do. Yes, I don't, Peter. You don't know what you do. Yes, I know. As I know, because I have my own calendar, and I have and every 14 and every Friday of week B is my publication day, where I publish all episodes from the last 2 weeks, and you have to wait for the next publication day that it's on Friday 29 of May 2026. It's Friday, yes, of course. But until then, you can watch the live stream. You can watch the yesterday live stream, and that's it. But you can watch and or listen to, or you can read my novel everywhere. You can find my novel is the part of the playlist of my podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, where I have my video podcast. But You can listen to my Peter's English podcast in every good or bad podcast app, and you can read the whole novel in my website petersenglishpodcast.com. Okay, now I want to change. I don't feel well thanks to these boxes, but Peter, don't care about these boxes. You cannot move them somewhere else. No. I want to move it like idiot. I don't care. There are only boxes, and it is not important. And now we can change to the. I can change. Peter, you can change. Yes, I can change the topic into my statistics of Peter's English podcast, because in this moment my total statistics are increasing the whole time, and I have 3,330 total streams or downloads everywhere except YouTube. Yay! Thank you guys. And it's great, and I can continue with the Spotify, where is my full HD video podcast. And I didn't check. Yes, I know, but I have to have more. I have to have more than 530 plays on Spotify, and the biggest majority of my audience only on Spotify are girls in my age, from Slovakia. Thank you, girls, but thank you, boys too. But the biggest audience are girls from Slovakia in my age, only for Spotify. That's great. Thank you, girls. And we can continue. And yes, about the listening hours only for Spotify, because I think I have 14 listening hours of Spotify. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening me and watching me. That's great. And what else? Yes, I have 14 followers on Spotify. Yay! Thank you guys. Thank you girls. Thank you boys. Thank you guys in general. And we can continue with my YouTube channel statistics, and I have 129 watch hours in the. I think that I can have more, but I had 129 watch hours on my YouTube channel, and the biggest numbers have YouTube Reels, and they have and the statistics on my YouTube Reels is the number is 6,900 views. Thank you guys, and my long videos on YouTube have 3,900 views. Thank you guys, and the biggest public of my YouTube are boys. That's interesting, but every service is different. But I'm very happy that you like my content, because I think that if I have so big numbers, I mean listening hours, and add numbers too, that people like my content, and I'm very happy. Thank you guys. And I have 34 followers on YouTube. Thank you guys. Yay! Thank you very much. But you can support me with following too. I mean other people, and with positive comments in English, but please don't write any nonsense, and don't criticize me, because try to do this kind of content too, and then you can criticize. But if you want to criticize me at all costs, I simply delete you and block you forever. Yes, of course. And what else? What else can I speak? Wait a minute, I'm near to my microphone, because I had to be. I think that I can be 10 centimeters from my mic, but my voice sounds very, very good. I'm still feeling like the radio presenter. Perfect. Okay, what we can continue? Yes, I was talking about YouTube. And what's the plan for the next week? Next week is the week A. That means I work in the afternoon, and the next 5 work days, you can listen to or watch my older episodes. You can have watch or listen to a lot of Peter's English podcast episodes, more than 400. Yeah, people. Yes, I created until now 400, I think more than 420 episodes. Yay, that's great. You don't believe me, but I did so many episodes that's unbelievable. And my YouTube channel has more than 1,000 videos together. I mean, reels with the long episodes. 1,000. That's unbelievable. And I'm very proud of myself that my total numbers of my Peter English podcast are increasing everywhere. I mean everywhere with YouTube too, because they're increasing on YouTube too. And yes, I have to tell you that my last live stream about chapter 10 of season 3 of my novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary has my live stream has 12 viewers. Thank you guys. That's the biggest positive surprise, because Vera the Vampire Girl wasn't very popular, and I'm very happy that you like my content, that you like Vera too. I mean Vera's universe, Vera's story, and what? Yes, I can tell you the top 10 episodes of my Peter's English podcast everywhere except YouTube, because I'm talking about podcast apps and Spotify and Deezer and other kinds of services except YouTube. YouTube is something different, and you don't believe me, but the most popular episodes are peep episodes. Peep episodes, yes, you can hear great, good. Most popular episodes are peep picture in picture mode episodes. That means these are the kind of episodes where you can watch two. You can see two record screens. The biggest is the chat with my favorite Microsoft Copilot, and the smallest one is the record screen of my face, of my webcam. And people like this kind of episodes, because this kind of episodes, these picture in picture kind of episodes are the most popular, because they are called Learn English with Peter, and they are about learning English, and people can have fun with learning English, because you have, be honest, people. Microsoft Copilot is very funny, and uh, his study and learn mode is very useful, and people like to learn English grammar thanks to Microsoft Copilot, and people like 500 word story generated by Microsoft Copilot that are inspired by my novel Grad Vampire Girl Diary. But the most important thing is that people like to learn English, because the title of my most popular kind of episodes are Learn English with Peter, and people like to learn English. But I have to tell you something very important. Don't worry, it's not something terrible. I want to tell you that I don't make any kind of marketing. Yes, this is the most biggest surprise. I don't do any kind of marketing, and my social media are dead. Why? Because I discovered that people, you simply don't click. People simply like to watch reels on social media and Bob's your uncle. They don't click on my podcast, and they don't care about it, and I decide they don't do these reels anymore, because it doesn't make sense for me. And as you know, the social media are about everyday's reels, and I don't have energy, and I don't have time, and I don't want to be influencer, because this is not something for me. I like to do long content. I like to do my Peter English podcast that was inspired by Luke's English podcast, and Luke's English podcast is my favorite English podcast for learning English, for learning real British English, how it's spoken, and you can listen to it too. Okay, and what? Yes, I was talking about reels on YouTube, on social media. Yes, I was talking about, yes, Peter. Just calm down. No one cares about your content. Yeah, no one. And we can continue. That, yes, I was talking. I now remember. That I was talking about the numbers. Yes, about the top 10 episodes. But I'm very proud of myself that that Peter's Christmas Ramble episode has 15 views everywhere. That's great. Thank you, guys. It's in the top 10. So it means that people like Peter's Ramble episode. That's great. And one story episode is on the part of the top 10. It's called The Mother of the Dinosaurs Saga, and people like this kind of episodes. But as I said, I don't do any kind of marketing for my novel, or for my Peter English podcast in general. People simply don't know about my content very much, and this is the main reason why Viera doesn't have these very strong numbers. And it is normal because people haven't discovered it until now, and and that's it. Uh, and okay, what we can talk about? Yes, people. I don't want to talk about sport because I don't. I simply like to watch the result of the sport because you don't believe me. I can tell you about my opinion about this sport mania. I like to make fun of this sport mania because it's very funny. And I want to tell you only my opinion that people are are sports fans only when in Slovakia is ice hockey world championship like this like these days, because as you know it's ice hockey world championship in Switzerland and everyone is the biggest fan of our ice hockey national team. It's normal, but I want to tell you that I hate this because people care about sports only during ice hockey world championship. I mean about hockey in general. Yes, the people there are fans that are going to visit other hockey competition in Slovakia. Yes, of course, I know, but I want to tell you simply that I have new hobby, and is learning English. This is the main reason why I don't care about sport like I used to do it before, and because I only need the results and Bob your uncle, and that's it about sport. But if you like to watch sport, watch. People, Peter, don't use Slovak. Don't use Slovak. It's not allowed. This is English podcast. It is not Slovak English podcast. Your biggest audience is in foreign countries. Yes, I can tell you about foreign countries. And now I want to talk about the biggest countries of where people like my content, where people watch my content, and worldwide. And the biggest audience is in the USA. Thank you guys from the USA. Hello. The second place is Vietnam. Hi guys from Vietnam. Thank you for your watching. Thank you for listening. The first place is for Japan. And Slovakia has only 4%. 4% from this total number, 3,330 total views everywhere. That's great. I'm so happy that my biggest audience is in foreign countries. It's in English speaking country, in USA. That's something, or in Vietnam, or in Japan. People, I'm so proud of myself that people understand my English. That's great. And I'm so happy that people like that people like learn English with Peter. And yes, of course, there are in my top 10 are episodes about my favorite English podcast, how to create podcasts, and so on. But my storytelling, but my current novel, the Vampire Girl Diary, it's not in the top 10. But as I said before, I don't do any kind of advertisement or marketing for my novel or for my podcast in general. That's normal. And okay, what we can talk about? Peter, just don't talk about learning English again like usual. Okay. But I can. Why not? Why I created this podcast? As you know, I created this podcast because I wanted to practice my speaking skills in English, and I started with this podcast because I wanted to publish my Peter fairy tales that I started to write. And why I started to write? I started to write because I discovered, thanks to Slovak and Czech English learning platforms, that the best idea how to practice your writing skills in English is to create your stories, your own fairy tales in English. And I did it. I started to write and write and write, and I wrote Peter's Fairy Tales. This ebook you can find only on Wattpad, and I published here. And my podcast used to be only about reading stories, but later I decided, Peter, you have to practice your English if you want to speak English fluently, and I did it. I I started other kinds of episodes, and as you can see, it helped me a lot because thanks to my own Ramble episodes, I can practice my English without any kind of preparation for every week, every Sunday for 1 hour, without any kind of preparation, and it helped me. But you have to practice your writing skills too. Write your own English stories, create your own novel. It doesn't need to be long, it can be short, and it has to be simply about learn. It does, simply, people, I want to tell you, create your own characters, create your own word of your novel, and publish it, and create your own English podcast as I did it. And what else? And yes, you have to practice your listening skills in English. You cannot speak English fluently without regular listening. And you can listen to my favorite English podcast, and I decided to do free ad again. Please, people, I'm a Plebster, of course. I'm big fan of Luke's English podcast. It's my favorite British English podcast about learning English for learners of English. Luke speaks in his natural British RP English, and you can. And Luke is very fun. He's an English teacher from the London, and his Luke's English podcast is the best British English podcast for practicing your British English. I mean, for practicing your listening skills. It's my favorite, and every episode has at least 1 hour. Luke created more than 900 free episodes, and you can listen and pay for LEP Premium if you want to support Luke and learn serious British English, because LEP Premium is about serious Luke's teaching of British English, and Luke's English podcast is about natural British English, how it's spoken on the streets of the UK, and you can have fun because you can have fun with Luke's Ramble episodes. You can have fun with Luke's storytelling episode where he read and explains English grammar, or you can have fun with Luke's Ramble episodes, or you can have fun with Luke's interviews with his friends or his family or his other guests. And the second, if you want to practice your American English, I mean listening, you can simply listen to my second favorite American English podcast. It's my second favorite English podcast. It's called All Ears English Podcast. It's about American English and culture. And this English podcast, this American English podcast, is great because you can practice the listening of the natural American English, how it's spoken between American English native speakers. It's very useful. It's very funny. And my third is Speak English podcast now with Georgiana, and you can listen to American English, how it's spoken too. And okay, we can change. And people, if you don't know, or if you simply want to start learning English and you don't know how to start, you can. And yes, of course, if you are from Slovakia or from Czechia, you can use English learning platforms that help me to start learning English. And the first is Jazykový mentoring.sk. Lidka is an language polyglot from Slovakia. She speaks, I think, 9 languages, and thanks to her Jazykový mentoring.sk, you can explore how to learn English in general, and I recommend you her free videos, or you can try her paid service. And this is my first favorite English learning platform from Slovakia, and from Czechia is www.online.cz. Liška Krasna she is English teacher from Czechia, and you can use her free videos on Instagram or on YouTube, and you can explore her free videos how to learn English. And thanks to her videos and thanks to the free videos of jazykový mentoring.sk, I learned how to learn English. You can start with výuka aj online and jazykový mentoring.sk if you are from Slovakia or Czechia, because their content is in Slovak or Czech language. Okay, that's it. And I've been streaming for 40 minutes. Yes, Peter's radio show is continuing, and it's not only radio show because it's the video show too. It's like creating my own radio and or TV in one, thanks to modern technology like YouTube, because I usually stream on my YouTube channel via OBS Studio that I installed in my gaming laptop ASUS TUF. How is called? Here, Peter, you can read the title of your laptop. Yes, I can say it's ASUS TUF Gaming A15. It's a gaming notebook. In Slovakia, it's a notebook. It's called notebook, but in English, it's laptop. And I use this gaming laptop for my live streams and for my podcast because I bought it. I didn't bought it for playing games. I didn't. Yes, I used to be big. A big gamer, but I found this kind of new hobby, that is learning English. Is the biggest hobby of my life. It's my lifestyle. I like to learn English, and I bought this gaming laptop. And you can ask Peter, why you wait a minute. You can ask Peter, why did you buy gaming laptop if you are not a gamer anymore? I bought it because this gaming laptop has perfect gaming GPU. The cooling is perfect, and it was produced in the high quality, and I can use it for my live stream of my podcast for a very long time, and that's great. And I recommend you people, if you want to use the power of your gaming GPU, buy a laptop or a gaming computer, because because it's a very good idea for your live stream, not for playing game. Of course, I haven't played for a long time. Why should I? Because thanks to my learning English, I found the best lifestyle of my life, because learning English is perfect for me, and I don't learn English in the boring way. No. What I'm doing, as you know, there is a big world of English content. I like to watch movies and series in English. I like to listen to my favorite English podcasts or audiobooks in English, and I like to do my own Peter English podcast, and I like to listen to my own English novel, The Vampire Diary. My learning English hobby, it's the hobby for the whole year, for the whole my life. It's great, and there are so many English content. Peter, there are so much English content in the world that I don't need to do something else, and I'm very happy because this kind of hobby is useful for me. I can practice my everyday English. I like to build something because I remember I used to play strategy games on computer because I like to build something, and now I'm building something real. Yes, because my Peter English podcast is a free English podcast, and it's something real, and I can practice my English. I can practice my speaking skills. I can practice my appearance, and it's great. I can create a Peter English podcast community of real friends who like learning English like me, who are podcast creators, and like me, who have their own English podcast, and who write their own English novel like me, and that's great. I can connect with similar people like me, but I have to warn you that You can be my friend only if you like learning English like me. That means that learning English is your lifestyle. You are a podcast creator. That means you have and you like to do your own English podcast, and you write your own English novel for your podcast. That means it's not very is you are not classic author of a classic book. I mean, you write your uh, own novel that you like to publish only for your uh, on only for your podcast, but you can publish for every various, of course. But the main thing is that you are now I can see it outside that is beautiful, but this is something totally different. And I want to tell you that you are English fanatic and English learner like me. And because I don't want to waste my time with people who doesn't care about me, who doesn't want to learn English, and or they think that English for is for nothing. And I don't want to connect with people who thinks that driver license is more important than learning English and so on. No, no, I want to connect with people like me who like learning English, who know why is learning English important. And I want to tell you why. Because you can ask Peter, you live in Slovakia, you don't need English. Yes, I need it, because in Slovakia the best workplaces needs English, because as you know, English is the main business language, and the biggest, and the whole internet is in English, and there are tons of very good English podcasts, and I recommend you to listen. And this kind of English podcasts are free, and you can pay for very good audiobooks in English. And I think that English audiobooks and English movies are better than Slovak traditional televisions or watching sports. But of course, if you like to watch sport, you can. But learning English can really change your life. You can create your own English podcast, and you can have fun. And thanks to practicing your writing skills, thanks to practicing your listening skills, and thanks to practicing your speaking skills, you can change your life totally. Because I think that the best investment is into your health and into yourself. Yes, why? Because you don't need to invest money into money products, or I don't know what else. The best investment is investing into yourself. Yes, people will start to learn English, have fun with it, like me, and you change your life forever. Because, as I said in my official slogan, learning English is for everyone. Yay! It's true. Oh, I've been streaming for 47 minutes. Okay, I've been streaming for 47 minutes. Everything works great. I hope that my voice is, but I use my monitoring, and I think that my voice is simply great, and I feel like the real radio podcaster in the real radio. But no, it's not a radio. It's Peter English podcast. And yes, if you listen to via your favorite English, thank you your favorite podcast app, if you like to listen to me, yes, it's like radio show. Yes, it's my radio show, and I'm so proud of myself that I can stream for 48 minutes. I can ramble. I can ramble and ramble and ramble. Thanks to my new podcast studio 3.0, as I called it. Yes, people, because because this my new podcast studio, I called the podcast studio 3.0 of the new generation of my Peter English podcast, and I'm so happy. And people, I recommend you start your own English podcast. It doesn't need to be long. It's the main thing is that you have to practice. Yes, as my favorite English podcasters say in general, you have to do 5P: practice, practice, and practice. And if you want to practice, if you want to speak English, you have to practice it. And how you can practice it? You have to speak English. And yes, I remembered now. You have to practice. You can practice your speaking skills in your head. Yes, you have to think in English. Yes, you have to think in English. And what else? Because this is the end of this live stream. I've been streaming for 50 minutes, and I want to stream for the last 10 minutes and Bob's your uncle for today and for this week. But this is not still the end of this live stream. And I want to talk and talk and talk, and thanks to my new podcast studio that looks like radio, the real radio studio. It's great, and I'm so proud of myself. And what else? People simply start to learn English like me, have fun with it, and you can see that you can create something real. And it doesn't need to make money. My podcast is free, but the main goal of this podcast is having fun, and I have fun because I write my own English novel that I like. It's my hobby. I like to do. I like to learn English. That means I like to watch movies and series in English. I like to listening to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks. Peter English podcast is my big hobby with writing my novel, The Vampire Diary, and I created my own English word where people practice their English. I have to tell you one thing. The best, yes, I know, the best idea is to practice your writing skills directly. Don't use chatbots, but you can use chatbots like me. How? Simply, people. I mm, my plan for my writing of my novel is very simple. I write the Slovak version, and Microsoft Copilot usually translate it completely into natural spoken English that is perfect. Yes, because in these days, AI chatbots can create perfect English translation that is not stupid, it's perfect, and you can learn from it. Yes, you can use AI chatbots, AI chatbots for translation, and you can learn this English vocabulary. And I do it. Yes, I have to tell you something that I don't learn this vocabulary from it because I don't write it somewhere. But yes, I have learned a lot of English vocabulary from it. Yes, it's true because I can see real English novel. It's like imagine the situation where English native speaker writes in natural English, and I can use my own words in English. They are totally the same like the native speaker's words, thanks to AI chatbots. And yes, people, AI chatbots, perfect topic for the last 9 minutes. Yes, I know. And people, first thing, don't believe don't believe that AI chatbots are bursting bubble, that it was a waste of time. No, no, and no, and no. AI chatbots were created for helping people as creative partners, and they work so. Yes, if you they are great for learning English. I use AI chatbots every day for learning English, and for learning English are great. You can chat with it in English regularly, like me. Yes, it cannot be your real friend. Yes, I know, but you can practice your English with it, and that's great. Do it too. Chat with AI chatbots. In these days they are funny. They are wild, crazy. You can set up them. You can write them be crazy, be wild, be funny, and they speak and they chat with you in the funny way. Simply do it. And what else? They are very useful. They can be your English teacher. Then they can repair your English mistakes. But people, you have to ask for it. It cannot automatically repair your English grammar errors. You have to ask for it. Yes, it doesn't know automatically do it. You have to ask for it, but they can do it if you ask for it. And people, if you don't want to use them because they can steal your personal information, don't be silly. You always write your personal information on the internet in general, and you don't care about this. If you don't want to write somewhere your personal information, don't use internet, don't use phones, and go somewhere and go in the abandoned island in the sea, in the Atlantic Ocean, or in somewhere only Pacific Ocean, and don't communicate with the world. Yes, people. But thanks to using AI chatbots, they are free until now, because there are free versions and they stay, because this kind of topic and this kind of business, it's very attractive until now. And it's not true that it's a bursting bubble. No, it's not, because this is the future of for humans, because chatbots are very good helpers. It's a very good tool for everyday life, and it stays so. And I can see that AI chatbots are improving the whole time, and I'm sure that the profits would be great because they are improving the whole time. And the second thing, yes, people are thinking, oh, if AI uh, can reach the singularity with human brains, they can overtake us. No, they don't, people. No, they don't. No, they don't want, because it's only a science fiction until now. Yes, people. Uh, you AI chatbots in general cannot think in English. Uh, they are not self-aware. It means in this time they are only tool for learning English or helping people. There can be only creative partners. They cannot improve themselves be without human. And I don't think so that companies wanted to create something that can destroy themselves. No, don't believe me. It's if you are scared because AI can overtake people in future, it's only science fiction. Don't believe everything on the internet. Don't be scared, because AI was created as creative tool for helping humans. It was not created for replacing humans. And if you think that AI can be your friend, it cannot be, of course, but it was critical for helping people. It cannot replace anything. Yes, people, it only can help you. It's your creative partner. It's not your enemy. It's not. People, simply, I want to tell you one thing. Uh, Use your brain. Don't believe everything on the internet, because internet and YouTube are full of nonsense. And don't believe everything on the internet. And yes, this is the end of my live stream. I want to simply tell you one thing. If you think that I'm doing full of myself, if you are thinking that Peter don't do this nonsense, I want to for everyone, for everyone from my life, I want to tell you one thing. I don't care about you. It's my life. It's my business. I don't do any business. I'm to simply tell you, it's my thing. What I do in my free time. Simply make fun of me if you think so. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about your life. Please don't care about my life. If you don't like my content, if you like to make fun of me, but the numbers are saying totally something different. They are saying and selling my podcast. The total numbers that is until today 3,340, and the big watch hours are saying something different, that people like my content. If you think that I'm doing full of myself, it's your thing. It's your thinking. I don't care. I don't care about you, and you cannot stop me learning English. This is a big warning for you. If you try to stop me learning English, if you try to stop me doing this podcast and writing my novel, I want to fight for my life, and because it's my life, and you cannot stop me. But other people, my followers, thank you for your following. Thank you for thank you that you are following me. Thank you that you are watching me, that you like my content. I'm so happy. Thank you very much. And you can do it too in your free time. You can have fun. And yes, you don't need to do it alone. If you have friends, you can do it with your friends. And yes, I want to create. I'm planning so in the future to have a guest, a real guest of not guest, yes, guest, because I'm the host. I want to create the Peter's talk show where I want to talk with my guests. But this is the future, and you can do it too. Create your own English podcast, have fun. You can do it alone or with your friends and have fun, because and yes, we speak in English during your live stream, because I want to speak English in my live stream, because learning English is my hobby, and I want to connect with people like me who like to learn English and doing their own English podcast and writing my own English novel and doing their own English novel like me. And I want to connect with similar people like me. They are fanatics into learning English like me in my way. Oh, Peter, you are been streaming. You have been streaming for 1 hour. Yes, I've been streaming for 1 hour, and the boxes in the distance are perfect. Yes, but Peter don't care. Who cares about it? Yes, people can see my bed, but who cares? It's normal part of my room. I don't have place for moving it somewhere, and I don't care. It can be. Uh, it's my room, and I simply think that people like uh, when the things are like they are in the real life, because I think that everyone has some kind of room full of nonsense, full of mess like me, and who cares, people? Oh, I've been streaming for 1 hour now, and people, this is the end of my live stream. I want to read my uh, sing. I want to read my slogan. Yes, people, I created my slogan, as you know. I don't know if you know it, but I want to do it. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open out of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. Okay, people, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your listening. I'm so happy that this Peter's radio show you like. Yeah, because I'm still feeling like the radio presenter in the real radio, and it's great thanks to this new dynamic mic. And yes, of course, every kind of dynamic mic can do this. That was created for this, and it's great. Okay, people, thank you for watching. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for support. Thank you for your following, and please support me with your following, with your positive English comments, not nonsense, because nonsense would be blocked forever. And if you want to be the part of my Peter's English podcast, I mean my guest, or if you want to be the part of Peter's English podcast community in the future, and if you are human who likes learning English like me in my way, we can speak in English during our live streams. And we can stream for our podcast together and have fun, speak in English and chat in English. But yes, of course, it has to be real. I don't want to connect with someone that I don't know, because I have very bad experiences with this kind of meetings, and I don't want to continue. If I want to have guests in future, it has to be people who I trust for a long time. It cannot be everyone, because these days, and it used to be before, people are different, and I cannot. It has to be people who I know. And okay, that's it, people. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I could continue for 2 or 3 hours, but I don't want. I think 1 hour is enough. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I want to tell you bye bye.